Everybody, it's Wonderful Skiff, and today we are here with a Megaman main visitor from number 9. Yeah, wow, number 9 in Minnesota. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's another day. I can't complain too much. I know I sound a lot more chipper than when I was talking to you about 10 seconds ago, but it's part of the character. You gotta be a little more presentable when you're being a host. So anyway, we're gonna get right into this. And as mentioned before, visitor here is a Megaman main. It kind of speaks for itself, especially being from Minnesota. I mean, that's like it's like a second character for every person up there. It's kind of required at this point, right?
Oh yeah, I mean there was a point in time where we hosted a local before Overextend, where there was like 89 entrants, and I'm pretty sure 13 of us were Megamans.
Oh, God.
Between them, it wasn't just Minnesotans, but in our top 50 there was probably God, how many? Probably 8 or 9 in our top 50. It was it gets a bit excessive.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I'm all for it. I love this Ditto. Jesus, I have not
we're gonna
played
start
today
this
at
off
all.
with a good stop there. So anyway, first question is I like to figure out where people's tags come from. I think that's obviously the more unique aspect of a player in general. It's the first. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's the first experience you get with a player. It's the first impression is their tag. So where does yours come from?
So it's a bit of a weird story. So me, Yeti, and another Minnesota player goes by the tag of Young Savage. We ended up going bowling one night. We were just doing like dumb shitter names for bowling, and I'm like, Yachty, what should I put for my name? And he just like ass visitation or something weird like that. I'm like, nah, I got it. It's the Visitor. And because at the time my tag was Mr. Mayor. I used to be a villager main in Smash 4, but I had switched over to Bayonetta because I have fun with her. I really enjoy her games, and then she was super broken, so that did not hurt at all. But so the whole time we were just like, oh yeah, I'm the Visitor. Like, oh, won't be here long, just visiting. It just got to be this huge meme, and eventually when we were all entering tags as like meme brackets after majors and stuff, I'm like, I should just change it. Like, I'm gonna enter as Visitor, and then I ended up liking it a lot because I'm like, I didn't main villager anymore, so the Mr. Mayor thing didn't really make sense. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with it. And then it ended up sticking around, and here we are a few years later.
All right, I kind of like that. I'm just
yeah. Oh yeah, it was a huge thing. Like every time we're just like, oh, you gonna be here long? Like, oh no, just paying a visit.
All right, well, I guess that definitely beats the past few people we've had. Everybody seems to get their tags from like early days of Minecraft. It's like the past like 5 people. So yeah, no, good stuff. So first things I like to get into right after that is obviously, one of the big aspects after a tag is, who you main and stuff like that. So obviously you're a Megaman main. And obviously that comes with a very, very certain type of gameplay style to play this character successfully. So when you're going into a match against somebody you don't know or, just even against longtime rivals, what is your general game plan going in?
A lot of Megamans like to try to be aggressive as much as the character doesn't really promote it, even though it's still fine. Like, he's still really good going fairly aggressively with pellets, kind of like I am now. But if I'm playing seriously in bracket, I will camp the shit out of anyone there. It's fun to me. I really like the idea of just controlling the pace of the match completely. Forcing mistakes just because they have to make the commitments. I like, once I get into someone's head, I like to try and take every advantage state as far as I can, but I don't like to I don't want to overextend and put too much risk into things. I've been punished too many times by too many good players to enjoy getting hit for going for a huge commitment, like random up tilts with Mega Man or going for the crazy flashy plays. I mean, sometimes you feel yourself and you have to, but overall, I've definitely gotten to be quite the campy player.
Okay.
When I'm really going at it.
Like obviously everybody loves to go for style. It makes for a good moment. Even if you lose a game, like you get a really, really good clip, it's almost like you didn't lose at all.
Exactly.
So I get that, but it's definitely good that like you as a player seem to realize, hey, this isn't the play every time, because there's a lot of people who just don't understand that aspect.
Oh, that is true.
So yeah. Oh wow, I totally blanked. So yeah, for sure. So, what I wanted to get at is, so obviously you are a player who obviously likes to play Mega Man to their strengths, which I mean you should. And you know, you're not maybe not as flashy as you once were, but maybe that's helped you kind of get to the player you are today. Would you say that's correct?
Oh god, yeah. Learning how to camp effectively and learning how to really take every hit as far as I can is that's really been the breaking point to break into PR again in Ultimate. The very first season of Smash 4, when everyone in Minnesota was really bad, we actually had customs the season after, but for a bit I played Custom Villager, which is where the tag that I brought up earlier, Mr. Mayor, that's where that came from. It was just because I enjoyed Villager. And I was PR the very first season in Minnesota, and after that, I hadn't hit PR since until this very recent season.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely shows your growth as a player, which is refreshing, I think, to hear, because I hear too often about players who are great in Smash 4 and then they disappear in Ultimate. So it's kind of cool to see that you were at the, you know, among the best at one time, and now you've kind of gotten back there. So that's kind of really refreshing to hear.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, from there, I'd like to know where players recognize their own weaknesses, like that forward smash right there.
Yeah.
So
when
so you as a player,
I definitely.
Oh, go ahead.
What's up?
No, okay, yeah. So you as a player, what do you think are your weak spots?
Lucas, I hate that character.
I think I just saw a tweet from you earlier about that.
Oh yeah, I know you just followed me recently. It's been a very constant thing on my Twitter of just completely shit talking Lucas. We have an incredible Lucas player in Minnesota. Goes by the tag King of Wizards. He is one of the prime labbers in the Discord, if I'm not mistaken. He's, I believe, number 6 or 7 in Minnesota. He's super good at the game, but he has just exposed me for the Lucas problem that I have. I really am I get really bad with tilt sometimes. I've gotten better at it, but man, sometimes shit just gets to you.
I
like,
get that.
I really
take a break.
Oh yeah, it really. In bracket, you don't really get a chance to just take a break sometimes, so I definitely have let that get the better of me a few too many times.
I hate this matchup so much. I'm trying not to look bad, and also trying to give you a good interview at the same time.
Oh, dude, I'm just trying to go for. I'm just shooting my pellets at you, and even then, it still works. Oh yeah, that'll do it.
All right. So anyway, yeah. So going forward from there, so yeah, Lucas problem. Would you say that's like kind of like the extent of your weaknesses? Is just Lucas?
It's not just Lucas. It's more so the tilt that I get, but Lucas tilts me more than just about any character in this game.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I like as much as like you got some players who are just like amazing. Nobody's actually tilt proof. Some people just really manage it a lot better than others. So I get that. So yeah, from there, obviously, like we've mentioned briefly, you know Yeti personally. Yeti in the first edition of PGR for Ultimate was ranked number 34 in the world.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously that alone makes a local scene rise up. Like if you got one really good player, other players are going to get better along with that. So, being from Minnesota, I would say you have a pretty competitive scene. I've heard about it from my friend LC. LC has played there a couple times before.
Yes.
Among others. So, out there, or not even just out there, just in general, because you've been able to play so many of these people, what are some results that you're really proud of? Like, it could just be games, it could be sets, it could be whole tournaments in general.
Really, every time that I'm able to play against any player that I have a lot of respect for, that I quote-unquote didn't think I should beat, that I'm able to just, even if I don't win the games, seeing the improvement and things that I'm doing better is something that I started doing more recently than I would have liked to admit, but even just seeing the small improvements in the games is just stuff like that. It really makes it easier to keep wanting to grow, and it's really, you get really proud of it after a bit. Like, especially, and then at Frostbite, I believe I went last hit game 5 with H-Box the day he beat Arfang, and I got a hell of a pop-off out of him, so we'll take that.
Yeah, no, if H-Box pops off, you're doing something right.
Not many people can say they've gotten an H-Box pop-off, especially the day that he beats a PGR player and doesn't pop off.
Yeah.
So, we will very gladly take that. Anytime I get a win on a good player, I used to co-main the Belmonts. And so I think that character is just garbage, but so anytime I was able to get a decent win with those, I felt really good about it. Frostbite in general was just a great tournament. I felt great about it. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Really, yeah, any PR upset or good win I get, beating bracket demons in general, just seeing growth in general. That's really it. I don't care if it has to be a win. I don't care if it's a loss. If you're able to see the growth that you're getting, it's all worth it.
I think that's a fair point. I mean, and that's kind of a definitely one of the more humble answers I've gotten here, at least. And not to say that other people I've played with aren't humble, but just to be like, you know, things that you're proud of is just growing as a player. Woo! There I go.
Oh yeah, that can kill you if you get a little higher.
Yeah. No, I get that, but I've never seen myself get carried up after revenging it. So that's
I've definitely seen like Palutena's teleport. If she tries to ledge cancel, like a platform cancel a teleport off of ledge because she jumps and it sends her up. I think I've killed it like 40. I took a set off one of our PR players with that. It was like last hit, last game. He was at like 30. I'm at like 190 or something. Yeah. And then I up aired him coming from ledge and he just died. No, Megaman's up air is so absurd sometimes. Oops, missed the cancel.
Alright.
Oh god, I just cannot.
You're not gonna die there.
No, I'm just thinking like, man, I tried to jump.
Ooh, that's gonna be some damage. Oh wait, never mind. Oh, I'll take this though. Never mind. Okay, I'm coming back to stage. Here. Oh.
I'm just glad the revenge that specific revenge was gone.
Hang on. I'm gonna get this. Hang on. Okay. Yep. Just a second. Yep. All right. Hold up. Hey, hang on. All right. Hey.
Oh man.
Hold up.
I can just feel this pain. I used to early Ultimate. I co-mained Incineroar with Megaman for a bit. It started as a joke, and then like after the previous year's Frostbite.
Yeah,
and then I'm like,
sucks.
I'm like, wait, I like this character. This is doing well. And then I ended up actually getting some pretty good wins locally with it. I'm like, hold up, because it was like the post major. Most Minnesotans will do like a meme major or a meme local, where the local after a major, you just kind of mess around with your secondaries. And it actually came. I was having a few drinks at Frostbite in the overnight, like before I went down to the overnight venue, and then so it's a little tipsy down in the overnight venue. So I'm like, I started money matching people with Incineroar. Yeah. I'm just not exactly in the best shape. And it ended up going pretty well for me.
I feel like Incineroar's a good character for when you're drunk or getting there or something like that. Just because like
so fun.
He rewards incompetence.
Yes. The amount of people
I love him.
The amount of people I was hitting with down throw up B was just not okay. People just don't understand to DIN.
Yeah.
It made me so happy.
Incineroar's is like this weird thing. Like, if you're really good with a character, you'll get rewarded. If you're kind of bad with a character, you'll get rewarded. And if you're anywhere in between, you just kind of struggle.
Yep.
Which is something I've kind of just come to terms with. And I must said, you know what? I still love this character, but I totally get the problems here.
Oh yeah, no, he's not the best. He's a lot of fun. I've been through a lot of secondaries. Early game, I mained K. Rool, Isabelle, and at that point I'm like, okay, I can't do this shit anymore. They're both terrible.
My mental state is absolutely draining right now. The gray matter in my brain is evaporating from this hot gameplay.
Yeah, like I did well at first because early Ultimate was like full of gimmicks, but after that it was just pain.
Yeah, I feel that. So, getting back to the interview here. So we talked about some results that you're proud of. Are there any moments in Smash Bros? This could be again in game, outside at tournaments or whatever that you just fondly remember or just remember in general.
I do remember at Paradigm Shift this past year before I got to be like what I consider to be a pretty good player. It was like right as I was like starting to really understand it. I played Myron at Paradigm Shift in Winners, and I didn't end up taking the set, but I remember being on stream on stage, and sadly the VODs got deleted, but I fondly remember taking game 2 off of Myron in Megaman Olimar, a matchup I had learned like that day, and then he just like I could just hear the whole room through the headphones just popping off, and I just, as someone who played like Bayo in Smash 4 and is not exactly the flashiest player usually, it was a really nice thing to just hear a crowd behind you.
Yeah.
Like, never really had that experience before because of that, because of my character choices in the past, and I really did understand it.
I mean, oh shit, I did jump again. Yeah, that's part of, growing as a player, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Kind of goes right into that.
Yep. Oh yeah, and also hitting the. I don't know if you've seen Mega Man's dare loops where you like Z drop, Metal Blade, and then down air. And you can actually loop them a few times.
Oh, really?
It's you don't see it very much because one, people don't space poorly on shield very much versus Mega Man, but yeah, it's a fairly difficult combo. Like Z drop down air, Z drop down air, and then you have to like after the first two, you have to start like reverse aerial. You have to RAR the Z drop to get there in time, and it's pretty frame tight. I remember hitting that on stream at a local against one of our local Fox players, who was one of my demons at the time too, and that was the end of the set, if I recall correctly. Was me hitting that into an air dodge read to down air from 0%, and
you
just
can do
like
it online.
oh, I got it on a local before. It is on. I believe it was on a Yeet Smash video too.
Do you think you can do it online though?
Oh, maybe it's if I get the hit, maybe.
Yeah, I'll let you do it. Just tell me what you need me to do. I just want to see it. I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, we can start it next stock.
Okay.
Because it's at 0 is when it works the best.
I don't know how you got through that down tilt, but
Instant sucks.
yeah, that's true. I mean, but his down tilt's really, really good though. Like,
His down tilt's amazing. His moves are not the problem with him. He's actually got some crazy normals.
Yeah, it's his movement.
Yes.
It's really bad. Okay, so
All right.
what do I gotta do?
If
here?
you just have to sit still. I'll
Okay.
see if I can.
Oh, I think I've seen this before. Okay, yeah.
You can just loop that over and over like 3 to 4 times. And if you're really technical, you can 0 to death off it, but it's kind of absurd how much harder that part is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely seen that before. I don't know, for whatever reason you saying it, I just couldn't put it, put it in my head. I guess play it in my head enough to the point where I was like, oh, yeah, this thing. But yeah, that's actually kind of insane. Yeah, I think I've seen it a couple times, and each time I've seen it, I'm just kind of like, who does this?
Yep. Oh god.
Okay.
Oh,
never
you
mind.
grabbed
Well,
it.
this is gonna be mine, so you can have it back now.
I'll take it. Oh god, I didn't get the up air on time.
Oh, I hate Metal Blade.
That would have been a confirm.
Ah, I hate Metal Blade.
Metal Blade's so broken.
I just hate Mega Man. Like, I don't hate Mega Man. Like, I love watching Mega Man. But playing Mega Man, playing against him? Oh
yeah.
my god.
No, that's reasonable.
Ooh, there I go. Hey, I'm gonna get the stock. I need to get the stock, and then we will go back to the interview again. I am battling my own mental patience so much right now. There we go.
Oh, that's our spot down there too.
Okay, so anyway, moving on here, going past the moments. Let's talk about like your current skill level. Obviously, we already went over the fact that you're number 9 in Minnesota, and you've played against some pretty good players. So I think you have a general idea of where you stand. So, what do you think about your current skill level? This could be at your local scene, on a global scale, or whatever. And then, where do you think you'll be, or where do you think you'll be, and where do you want to be by the end of Ultimate's lifespan?
By the end, I mean, ideally, I think every like huge competitor would like to be the best.
Yeah.
Is it realistic? Not sure. Most likely not. But it's still something to work towards. Oh Jesus. Where I am now, I think I'm like at the very lower end of the higher level players now. For quite some time, I thought I was like a upper mid-level player. I'm not exactly the best with like confidence usually when it comes to stuff. But I'm finally getting to the point where I can convince myself and say it confidently that I'm pretty good at this game sometimes.
Okay. I mean, I would say so. I mean, Minnesota's not a joke of a scene. I think a lot of people don't give the Midwest in general enough credit for how good some of these players are, man. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know Loaf at all from Minnesota. He's our number 2 at the moment, if I recall correctly. He's a Wario player. That guy, he's insane. He got like 97th of Frostbite, but his losses were T and Salem.
Okay, so PGR players.
Yes, he took T, last hit, last stock, both games, and he just dropped 1 confirm to take the first game. He's a very momentum-based player as well, so that kid has gotten so good. We have he also top 64 in Smash and Splash, along with his twin brother Lucky.
Okay.
Who is a Piranha Plant main. Oh shit.
We're out here! We're on the board!
Yeah, he beat Shu, the Zero Suit, with a crazy explosive play. He took him off the top with Piranha Plant's up B at like 50%, calling out a flip kick to get out a disadvantage. That was, oh yeah. So both of them have made top 96 or top 64 at an S tier.
Okay,
that's
an accomplishment.
Oh yeah, and people don't really. I mean, that's probably one of our more heard about ones. We have Cookie Tick, which is an Ike. He actually goes by the name Degenerer sometimes. He's real good. That's insane. Yes.
Dude, he
goes by both.
I follow him on Twitter because I'm like, yo, an Incineroar player who's good? Let's go. And then my entire timeline's filled up with half-naked anime girls. I'm like, I'm just going to mute this guy.
Oh, that's cool. You got to love him. That's pretty much just his alt account that he uses for that. It's great. But yeah, it's all started as a meme. His Incineroar is actually insane.
Yeah, I've definitely watched a few clips of his. I'm definitely a fan of the Incineroar.
Oh yeah, we were playing Incineroar around the same time. It was that character's so fun.
Oh, for sure, dude. It's like I was playing Rob at the beginning of this game, right? And
I love Rob too.
Oh, dude, and like I would have, I would have stuck with Rob if I really wanted to like start winning tournaments. And like I do want to win, but like I just have so much more fun playing Incineroar, and it's almost like a point of pride at this point, even though I don't do much with him. But I just love this character, man. He's so fun.
He's real fun.
It's not even just how fun he is; it's how expressive he is.
Yes.
But anyway, let's get back to your skill level and where you think you're at.
Yeah, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm finally capable of making like some good upsets if I have more time at majors. The few majors I had gone to before this, I really didn't think I had quite broken that level. But I think if it weren't for quarantine and all this, I think I would have been able to do a lot more out of state that I unfortunately haven't been able to do.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to really getting a feeling for where I am. Because I'm a little unsure. Because a lot of I had a huge like come up towards this PG or this PR season in Minnesota. But so I'm not exactly sure where I think I am. I've beaten the #1 in St. Louis. I believe it was before he was ranked #1 there. But Apollo Kage, we played in bracket. I took a set off of him, and he's not completely dominant there, but he's pretty consistent in St. Louis before everything went down too, where he was winning most tournaments.
Yeah.
Given that matchup is also garbage. Megaman Snake is so Megaman favored.
That's what I've heard from a few Snake mains I know.
Oh, it's a blessing. I'm so happy I play Megaman. There's so many matchups in this game that I'm so thankful I really don't have to learn. Because this character, yes, it's great. But gotta love bear up tilt.
Dude, anytime that someone lands an up tilt with Mega Man, I don't know. It's like one of those few things. I'm just kind of like, that was nice. It could be a raw up tilt. I'm like, that was sick.
Raw up tilt are the sickest because those are actually a commitment. Confirms they can be kind of lame. I won't lie, but it always feels amazing.
Oh, dude, I don't care how lame it is. It looks nice. It hits hard.
Exactly.
It looks nice. It's one of those few moves. I'm just like, awesome.
It's sick.
This is ultimate.
Like it's a little bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. It's fully invincible frames 5 through 7, but the hitbox is on frame 6. So there's like 2 frames of hitbox where you just can't be hit, which is the strong hitbox, which kills at like 80.
As we saw right there, I died on Kalos at like what, 90 something, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I was that high.
No, it was 90% probably because drag down back air will do that. Also, notice how that up air just did 22, and that wasn't even every hit.
Yeah.
People don't talk about how much damage that move does.
For sure.
If you combo 2 of them, wait, what's up?
So go ahead.
Oh, I'm just happy about up air. It moves ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But no, actually, I do want to talk about this because you brought it up briefly before we actually started here.
Yes.
You said, and I quote,
Mega Man is top 5.
Mega Man is top 5.
He is. I think his matchup spread is so ridiculous. Like, he only hard loses to Pikachu. Every single other even matchup, or like every other quote-unquote losing matchup that he has, there is an argument for even. That seems reasonable enough to me. And so I don't think he only loses one matchup, but I don't think it's more than 4 or 5. I think so. It's Pikachu for sure. I think possibly slightly loses to Pichu, Mario, and Wolf.
And I caught that blade, dude. I caught this metal blade.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Okay, so anyway, yeah. You see, you said Mario, Pikachu, and Wolf.
Those are Mario, Pikachu. Pikachu is the only like for sure losing matchup, in my opinion.
Are the other two just kind of like player dependent?
Pikachu, Mario, Wolf. They just like they have. Oh, Palu as well. Palu could be losing, but she jumps too much in my opinion. But I think they all have really good tools to deal with Mega Man stuff. But I just think Mega Man also has just as many good tools against them that it's hard for me to not say even. Like, while Mario, yes, he's very good at zone breaking through pellets, and he has plenty of normals that'll go through Leaf Shield. Mega Man still has this ungodly fair to like kind of just keep him out. 'Cause Mario's known weaknesses is swords, and Mega Man has a sword.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like Wolf, he is just terrible with disadvantage. And Mega Man can edgeguard and ledge trap harder than most characters in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, the neutral is definitely Wolf favored, but it kind of doesn't matter when I can kill you off one interaction. Like, that's how I look at it. So I think they're even matchups, but some people, more pessimistic Mega Mans, will say they're losing. But even then, I think between all the evens, there's still only like 8 or 9 of them, that are like really close to even if they're losing. That I don't, even pessimistically, I don't see this character outside of top 15. I think he couldn't be at a top 10.
For sure, 100%. I agree that he's top 15. I think there's no doubt about that. When you see some of the great Mega Mans that, like, Kameme, Yeti, you watch them play and you're like, this character's good. Like, even after those early nerfs, like to Leaf Shield, I'm like, this character's wild. But then like top 10, I think definitely becomes more of an argument a little bit. I don't say like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, there's no way he's not top 10. Yeah. I think that's definitely there. Top 5, I want to know who your top 5 characters are though.
At 1, I have Pikachu. Okay. I think Pikachu's the best in the game. 2 and 3, I'm stuck between Joker and ZSS. I think a lot of ZSS players don't play the character to its strengths. I think even when you don't. Could
potentially be like the best timeout character in the game.
Oh god, yes. That character can choose when to get hit.
Yeah.
Like, so I have those at between 2 and 3. After that, I believe I had Palutena.
Okay.
At 4th. She's, even after the nerfs, she's just still so good. She's such a consistent character. Like, she really only, similar to Mega Man, she really only hard loses to Pikachu. She still has Pichu as well. But she's just so good in so many matchups that it's hard to not at least see her as a contender. But then at 5th, I have Mega Man. I think he's at 5th. 6th, I would have Snake though. I think Snake is the very close second best zoner in the game.
Okay. I you know what? Because I hear a lot of people who argue like some of these other characters, like maybe they're not even top 10. Like I've heard the argument a couple times that Peach is not top 10 and Snake's not top 10. And then those are a little crazy. Those are a little crazy, right? Or at least definitely not top 5. And like maybe I can see where you think Mega Man is that. I don't. Yeah. I'm not gonna say I disagree. You definitely know the character better than I do.
And I completely understand that. I'm definitely an optimist, and I get when people don't believe me.
Yeah. It's just like, I think it's just because like part of it is like there's already been like 5 characters that people have agreed upon are like the definitive top 5 for so long that to kind of throw Mega Man in there is just kind of like, huh?
Yep. No, I totally get why people don't. Oh shit! I didn't have a jump. I get why people don't agree with me. Another like big point is that the only character to like take several sets off of Mega Man or off of MK Leo with different players is Mega Man.
Yeah.
Both Mars and Kameme have both taken sets off of MK Leo.
Right.
There were, I believe, 3 Mega Mans in the first season of the PGR between Kameme, Scat, and Yeti.
And even Scat, Scat's played against MK Leo a few times and it's always been pretty competitive, right?
Yeah, exactly. Then also Plup has made some very good upsets with his Mega Man, even as a melee player. It's like, this character, he just got so much and so many tools for every matchup. Does he have anything that's like absolutely absurd like a lot of the other top tiers do? Maybe not quite. I think he does have some things. Like, I think his neutral is ungodly offline. The way you can react to shit with pellets is just absurd.
Oh yeah.
And he also has the safest normal on shield in the game, if I'm not mistaken. His down air is potentially +1 on block if you get the right hitbox.
Oops. It's because I pressed side B at the.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
exit.
I've been there.
Yep.
But yeah, like he has a tool for just about every single situation.
I think I can agree with that. Yeah, I mean, Mega Man's definitely a very, very, very diverse character. But I think the reason why we don't see more Mega Mans is I think he does have a high skill ceiling.
Oh yeah, I don't think this character is that hard to pick up and play and have fun with, but to be succeeding at a high to top level is where I think it gets difficult. Because the way you have to switch up several things in so many matchups is crazy, which is why I think he hasn't really had those crazy breakout performances consistently yet.
Right.
Where like if you watch Kameme, like every top Mega Man has their weakness. Kameme's will struggle against matchups that he's not that familiar with. I know Ben Gold actually took a set off Kameme at one of the weeklies. Before I want to say Nightmare on, well, I don't remember the name of the tournament. Nightmare on something.
That was a
Nightmare on
2GG.
Smashville.
That was a 2GG,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yep, it was. There was a weekly before Nightmare on Smashville, if I'm not mistaken. And Ben Gold actually took a set off him, beat his Mega Man. He switched to like Sheik or Wario or something, and he beat him there. But like you can just kind of tell that when he's unfamiliar with a matchup, he kind of doesn't know exactly what to do. Yeti is if he's like I said earlier, he's very he likes to outplayer people.
Yeah.
And so if he doesn't know a matchup, he will oh shit. He also is not a huge fan of like the really lame camping.
Oh yeah, I can tell from the few times I've seen him play.
Oh yeah. Which is like I get it. It's totally understandable, but there's some matchups where you kind of have to. Like, I know he's lost to Salem's Hero a few times, which is a matchup that rush camping is almost a necessity.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't rush camp Hero, he just gets buffs and he gets to use them whenever he wants. But, and then Luigi as well. He lost to Elegant at Overextend.
Yeah.
Which is, like, another matchup where if you don't just camp the ever-living hell out of Luigi, you're going to get 0 to death, especially with a player of Elegant's caliber. He is so good.
Yeah, and especially like, you know, if Elegant decides that he wants to do a 0 to death, if he gets that grab, there's a chance that he's just not dropping that at all.
Oh yeah, no, he's most likely not going to drop his 0 to deaths. And so if you're not willing to just hard commit to the circle camping of those characters, there's a good chance you might not beat them. If they're a good enough player to get through your wall once, that's all they need.
Yeah.
So, and then Scat, he's a little more well-rounded, but a lot of his matchups he'll switch off to Snake because he has a Snake. And so he plays more Snake than anything from what I've seen. He does play a lot of Mega Man, don't get me wrong, but when you have such a consistent secondary to go back to, you don't spend the time really grinding out those matchups.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that Kameme is guilty of with his Wario. He likes to switch off to Wario a lot. And it works very well for him. It's just kind of sad as a Mega Man seeing the less Mega Man out there. Oh yeah, and Morpheus as well. He's another extremely good Mega Man from South Florida, who is he's just criminally known for never overextending ever. He never goes for the risky plays. And so like if we could get a Mega Man with like the good qualities of everyone, that would be like a top 5 player.
Probably,
I mean, that could be said for a lot of characters. That could be said for most characters.
Yeah, but most characters. Oh God! There's nothing you can do.
Yep, the Windbox took you up, and it's just kind of over at that point.
So funny. I just sat there, sitting in the air the entire time. That was good. That was really funny. But yeah, I guess I could agree with that. I think Mega Man is definitely one of those characters that hasn't been optimized fully.
Oh, not even close.
It's definitely something you can see with characters with like these types of like really complex movesets. Like just to get them really going at a higher level, like we've discussed earlier, it takes a bit of practice. And I think to fully optimize this character in general is just it's a whole other thing. I think there's so much more stuff to be found on Mega Man that like people haven't even thought about yet. Like I know Mega Man's got some really dedicated fans, but like if Mega Man had like an MGK, then I cannot praise MGK enough.
Oh, I know. We kind of do. There's one Recognize. I forget what country he's from, but he is just this insane labber to find these absolutely absurd combos. He was the one to find the first 0 to death on Mega Man, because he does have a 0 to death out of the dare loops I was trying to show off earlier. However, it is just so execution based. It's so hard.
So it's there, but you have to be like basically the perfect player.
Yes, it's almost impractical to do it because it's so hard to do consistently. If someone's able to get it consistently, that's fantastic. I also think there's a lot of footstool out of shield shenanigans that have yet to be explored. But there's a lot to it.
I think there's a lot of footstool stuff in general that people have not taken advantage of.
Oh, I 100% agree. Like Mega Man on most of the cast, regardless of which way they're facing, you can get like Z-drop footstool, grounded footstool to Z-drop Metal Blade, which is just kind of leads to imagination at that point. Metal Blade is one of the best projectiles in the game. It's so good. And I don't think people like we've been finding some stuff lately where it's like you can shield lock people and true block string them to either a grab or a shield break in some cases. It's just fairly recent tech where if you air dodge like that, where if you air dodge and if you Z drop and then air dodge the frame like within 2 frames after, you'll actually drop it in front of you because usually he'll Z drop behind him, and it makes it so you can basically approaching Z drop with something, which is something that we've never really been able to do, and it also lets you recover with it lets you air dodge with a hitbox because there's a Metal Blade there.
I think I remember seeing that video going around on Twitter for a while.
Yes, there's a lot of. If Crash Bomber was just a tad more consistent, there's a lot of ridiculous stuff with Crash Bomber. And even without it, it's still kind of absurd, the stuff it makes you do. Like, if you catch someone coming off of the respawn platform, even with invincibility, you can stick them when they're invincible. As long as they're not sitting on the platform, you can still stick them with Crash Bomber. Which is kind of ridiculous. Like, you can pretty much sometimes punish people for spawning at for 40-50% if they get hit by the Crash Bomber.
That's actually really crazy.
Yeah, like what other character in the game can you punish someone for respawning? Just for you can punish someone with invincibility. Like I don't know. There's not many out there.
If I ever see that, while doing commentary, I will actually really pop off for that. That's actually kind of wild.
Yeah, because the timer expires after the invincibility goes away.
Yeah.
So you can get some nasty stuff with it.
Oh, God, this character's a maze. Speaking of mazes, oh man, the video I actually recorded yesterday before you was actually Pink Shirt Guy.
Oh hell yeah! Who was he playing?
He was playing Min Min.
Oh god.
Yeah, he might be maining Min Min, and honestly, oh my god, that character. I was such a hater at first, but man, that character is something else.
Oh yeah, that character's got some stuff. It's definitely very annoying.
Oh, if you get a chance, I recommend playing against Henry.
Oh yeah, we played a few times. He wanted to practice as Terry, and so I played my Mega Man and my Rob, and I believe my Belmonts as well against him.
I mean, play as Min Min.
Oh yeah, I know. We have a local player who's been picking up Min Min, who's borderline PR here.
Okay.
He's not as known, but yeah, his Min Min's nasty. He's known. He's notorious for being like the campiest motherfucker you'll ever play.
Yeah.
Gotta love him. He used to main Banjo. He was confident he was high tier, and then now he's trying to main Min Min. It's a great time.
Is he one of those guys that's jumped to every DLC character and be like, this is the character, this is it?
Basically just any zoner.
Oh, okay, any zoner. All right.
He just likes to camp, which I love personally because I love a good camp war. I'm not afraid to back down.
All sorts of good movement. Yeah, hell yeah.
I will not back down from a camp war ever. I love it.
Well, that's
there's 7 minutes on the clock for a reason. Might as well use every single second of it if I have to.
Yeah, that's a hell of a time. Like, so as mentioned, I've been doing a lot of commentary lately. One of the things I've been doing was I got picked up for Team Liquid's Juice Box. So
nice.
Basically, every week I do the top 8 for Juice Box, and it's usually a really good time. But there was a series we had a while ago. I think it was 4 or 3, and it was Sonic's versus the Six Master. So Pac-Man versus Sonic. And
It's T-Rex all over again.
yeah, so like, and the problem is they went to Kalos, and both players were very, very willing to just not do anything.
See, playing that is a lot more fun than watching that.
Oh yeah, no. So like, I had fun doing commentary because at first, like, what we did is because it was me and Grayola, we were on the commentary, right? And so the past time, we were like, okay, let's do a tier list for the stages. Which stages do you like best? And as soon as we started, they did like one small thing. And like, so I popped off. Like, it was something so tiny. So basically what I did is I turned the entire set into every time the like little bit of percentage would happen, I'd freak
pop
out.
off.
Yeah. So I felt like I made the set a lot more hype than it really was. And even if it was just for myself, that's a good time.
Oh yeah. No, I love I love projectile camping wars. The circle camping, I understand why people don't like. But like projectile camp wars, I think it's some of the most fun shit to do in the game. It's just, there's so much thought that can go into it. Like which projectiles beat which don't.
I think it's probably more fun when you're a Megaman main because you have all these different options in general.
Oh yeah, no, Megaman's got some of the best anti-zoning in the game. It's a lot easier for me, but even like I'm also someone who just really likes zoners in general. I love controlling the pace of the game. It's fun to me. Feeling in control of a match is great, and when you can feel in control of a match without advantage, it's one of the... Oh, I love it. Oh, I didn't get it.
I hate you.
No, I said...
Okay, so anyway, moving on from there, I kind of want to open up. I know we talked a little bit about some extra stuff. We brought up that one conversation about how you think Mega Man might be top 5. And maybe you're right. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again, but it doesn't happen that often. So is there anything else you want to talk about? I want to open up the floor to anything you want to bring up. This could be Smash related. This could be not Smash related. This is kind of a chance for you to talk about maybe whatever you're passionate about or, you know, good stuff.
I don't really have much to say other than this. As we've all seen on Twitter a lot, anyone hosting locals, just stop. It's not exactly a great time for that. If you're attending these locals, I mean, don't. But if you absolutely have to, at least do the bare minimum and wear a mask. Like, I'm still gonna kind of have some shame for it if you go in the first place. But man, there was one, I forget where, but I just looked at the stream just to see what was there, and I saw like 3 out of like 30 people actually wearing a mask. You know, and if it's just like, it's not that hard. If you're sitting there that close to someone, I mean, I wouldn't even want to sit that close to someone in the first place. But if you have to, like at least, that's one thing that's been peeving me a bit because it's really just stopping the rest of us who are using common sense.
No, I totally agree with that, man. I can't stand the whole, you know, I don't want to wear a mask because this, that, and another. I can't stand those people. Honestly, the way I see it, if you... Like, are you one of those people who anti-mask people because, like, it's too hard to breathe? You're just a bitch. I'm gonna put it out there. I can't breathe, blah, blah, this, that. Dude, you can breathe. The amount of oxygen gets in. Is it a little uncomfortable? Yeah, but because you know what? You know, it's because you know, if you can't breathe right, imagine if you had COVID, the thing that attacks your respiratory system. I'm sure not being able to breathe there would be fantastic too. Right. No, like, see, my thing is like the reason why people think it's hard to breathe is because it gets warm, right?
Yep,
and like,
that's it.
And warm is associated with difficulty to breathe, and I get that. You know, when the summer's coming out, right, and you got that first like hot, humid day, you got all that heat like in your face. It's kind of difficult to breathe. I get it. It's not that you can't breathe. You're breathing just fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm with you with 100% on that, man. I can't stand it.
Yeah, it just really bothers me seeing all the people going and playing locally. Like, if you're playing safely locally with 1, maybe 2 friends,
yeah,
like in someone's house, fine. But if you're getting like you know, a whole local's worth together, it's just stupid.
Asking for trouble.
Yeah, you're just like asking for it, especially in public places. Like if you have this absolutely enormous house where you can space everything out and you can get like, you know, 8 people in one place and it's still be safe. You know, if it's in a house, fine. You're not out in public where, you know, you don't have control. If you're able to control everything and it's able to stay safe, fine. But I can't support anything that's, especially in public right now. No.
So I was mashing like crazy. I'm a proud masher, dude. That's why I play Incineroar. I don't have to think that much. I just gotta press buttons, and sometimes it works.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to hit him that much. You just get if you get a good revenge hit. I mean, you just made up your lead or your deficit.
Oh yeah, for sure. That happened so many times. There was one time I was playing against Master Narde in North Dakota. Oh, he goes by Mastro now, because Master Narde is too long of a name for some people, I guess. We were just messing around, and he had full rage Ike, right, fresh back air, hits me with it, and I revenged it, and I was able to get the I was able to get the Alolan Whip, the strong hit on it. It
gross.
It was 80% damage.
Oh yeah, I remember the days of that. I was playing against a Pichu in bracket with my Incineroar back when I actually still played the character, and I revenged, like, it was like pre-patch Pichu. I revenged 2 F tilts, and then I down threw him, revenged something, and then I just charged F smash, called out a spot dodge. He died at 15. It was a proud moment because that was when Pichu was still just, he's still good, but
yeah,
pre-patch Pichu.
He's not like the extreme glass cannon that he used to be.
No, I mean, he doesn't have that much worse other than F tilt now. He's still kind of nutty, and I think people sleep on him because of that.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't have, the free 2-frame safe move to throw out every so often.
Right.
But the extra damage hurts him a lot.
For sure. No. He's just a more fair glass cannon, but he's still like a high tier character. And anybody who's
yes. I will agree to that.
Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but I guess it'll happen. So anyway, yeah, I'm really frustrated with this character. I don't know if you figured that out. So yeah, so let's do a quick little recap here. Obviously, you are number 9 in Minnesota, Megaman main. Got some decent results, more than decent, I would say. I'm not gonna try and downplay anything that you do. Definitely like to play the Megaman game. You don't like to push advantage too much. You are not tilt proof.
No, not at all.
And,
not at all. I'm working on it, but.
And you think Mega Man's a top 5 character of the game? I think that kind of really covers everything that we kind of went over here today.
Yeah, most Mega Mans will at least tell you he's top 10, and we're just sitting here trying to preach that we're carried, but no one listens.
I definitely can get with the fact that with the idea that the character's top 10. I mean, like you mentioned before, it's one of the few characters that MKLeo like full on struggles with, and because I remember it was Evo when Kameme sent them to losers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the next tournament after that, or even it was the same tournament, Mars went up against him. He's like, I'm gonna pull out Mega Man.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure it was because of Kameme's performance there.
I mean, he had been struggling to beat Leo in the past, and Mega Man does have a slight winning matchup on Joker. Most will say, at worst, even. And as Mars, who thinks Zero Suit loses to Joker, he wanted to try something new. He pulls it out, and well, he wins when he plays Mega Man.
Yeah.
When he plays Mega Man the whole set, I should say.
Yeah, if we're gonna go off of the last major though, I mean, I don't think Mars got to play another character. the fact that he ended MKLeo in 15 minutes is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, do you have any final words you want to throw out there real quick?
Mega Man busted. Wear your masks. That's kind of it.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Once again, this is Visitor, number 9 in Minnesota, Mega Man main. Thank you so much for coming out here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I mean, I've actually been really happy with trying to cover as many characters as possible, and the fact that you were so willing to just hop on here means a lot to me. So again, thank you very much.
Yeah, not a problem. It seemed like a lot of fun, and glad I did. It was fun.
All right, good stuff. But yeah, I think that's going to be all for me. Be good to each other, buds, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, have a good one.